When your cat climbs onto your chest, circles once or twice, and slowly falls asleep, it is easy to assume they are only looking for warmth. And yes, your body is warm, but that does not fully explain why they chose you instead of the empty pillow, the soft blanket beside you, or the heated cat bed across the room. Because sleeping directly on top of a person is not a casual choice for a cat. It places them in a position where they are deeply relaxed, physically exposed, and completely dependent on what happens beneath them. And sometimes, the way you respond in that moment can either strengthen the trust behind that behavior or quietly interrupt it. So what is your cat actually communicating when they fall asleep on you? The final reason may be the most important, because it reveals how much some cats are willing to adjust their own instincts just to remain close to the person they trust. But first, let's begin with the reason they choose your body instead of the empty space beside you. Number 1. You are the most valuable place in the room. Your bed may be soft, your couch may be comfortable, the blanket beside you may offer just as much space, but none of those places provide what you provide. To your cat, you are connected to nearly everything that makes the home predictable. Food appears through you, doors open through you. Comfort, routine, attention, and safety are all linked to your presence. This does not mean your cat is thinking about you like an object they own. But cats are highly sensitive to important resources and familiar individuals. When something matters to them, they often stay close to it. That is one reason a cat may sit on your laptop while you are working, lie across the clothes you just placed on the bed, or climb into the suitcase you are trying to pack. They are drawn toward the places carrying your attention, your scent, and your movement. So when your cat settles directly on your body, they may be choosing the most significant and predictable point in the environment. They are not simply picking the softest surface. They are placing themselves as close as possible to the source of familiarity. And in homes with more than one pet, this closeness can become even more noticeable. A cat may position themselves directly against their preferred person because it gives them immediate access to that connection without having to compete for it. But proximity is only the beginning. Before your cat even falls asleep, they may already be doing something you cannot see. Number 2, they are creating a shared scent. Have you ever noticed that your cat often rubs their face against you, kneads your shirt, or shifts their body several times before finally settling? It may look like they are simply trying to get comfortable, but scent plays a much larger role in feline relationships than most people realize. Cats have scent-producing glands around areas such as the cheeks, forehead, paws, and other parts of the body. When they rub against familiar people or objects, they leave behind subtle chemical information. Humans usually cannot detect it, but to a cat, scent helps define what belongs inside a safe and familiar environment. When your cat lies beside you, part of their body touches you. When they lie directly on top of you, much more of their body comes into contact with your clothes, skin, and scent. That creates a stronger blending of familiar smells. And for cats, familiarity is closely connected to emotional security. This is why a cat may repeatedly return to the same blanket, chair, or piece of clothing. The object does not only feel comfortable, it smells correct. It belongs to the known environment. By lying on you, your cat is not necessarily trying to claim ownership in the way humans understand it. A more accurate way to see it is that they are reinforcing a shared social scent. You smell like them. They smell like you. And that mixture helps the relationship feel familiar and stable. So when your cat rubs against you before sleeping, they may be preparing the spot emotionally as much as physically. To them, you do not only represent warmth, you smell like home. And speaking of warmth, there is a physical reason your cat targets certain parts of your body more than others. Before we move on, subscribe if you enjoy understanding the small signals cats use every day. Most of what they communicate happens quietly, and this channel is here to help you notice it. Number 3. Your chest and stomach are efficient heat sources. Cats generally prefer warmer resting environments than humans do. A room that feels perfectly comfortable to you may still encourage your cat to search for a more concentrated source of warmth. That is why cats often choose sunny windows, folded laundry, electronics, or recently used chairs. Your body offers something even better. It produces steady, continuous heat. And not every part of your body feels the same to your cat. Your chest and abdomen usually provide broader, warmer surfaces than your arms or legs. When your cat presses their body flat against those areas, heat moves directly from you to them. There is less open air between both bodies, so less warmth is lost. This helps explain why some cats ignore the space beside you and climb directly onto you instead. Beside you, they receive some radiant heat. On top of you, they receive direct contact. That difference matters. Your cat is not consciously analyzing your internal organs or calculating temperature. They are simply very good at detecting where the warmth feels strongest. They shift, knead, and reposition until they find the most comfortable place. That often happens to be your chest, stomach, or lap. But heat alone still does not explain everything. If warmth were the only goal, a heated bed would always be enough. Yet many cats continue choosing their person. That brings us to the fourth reason. Number 4. Your body helps them feel protected while they are vulnerable. Sleep is a complicated state for cats. Even indoor cats retain instincts that encourage them to remain aware of movement, sound, and changes in their surroundings. That is why many cats sleep in enclosed areas, elevated places, or positions with a clear view of the room. These choices allow them to rest while still feeling some control over the environment. So why would a cat choose to sleep openly on top of a human? Because a trusted person can become part of that security system. When your cat lies on your body, they can feel your breathing, your movements, and changes in muscle tension. If you suddenly shift, sit up, or react to a noise, your cat notices immediately. Your body becomes a source of information about what is happening around them. This does not necessarily mean your cat believes you are consciously standing guard. It means your movements are predictable and useful. You react to disturbances. You create sound and motion when something changes. And your cat has learned that being close to you gives them early information. At the same time, choosing to fall deeply asleep on you requires trust. Your cat is accepting that you may move, breathe, cough, or change position while they are resting. They are allowing their body to relax in a place they do not fully control. That is significant. Some cats only do this with one person. Others never do it at all. And that does not mean a cat who sleeps nearby loves you less. Different cats have different comfort levels, histories, and preferences. But when a cat repeatedly chooses your body as a sleeping place, they are showing that your presence does not keep them alert. It helps them lower their guard. And now we reach the final reason, the one that explains why your cat may climb onto you at almost the same time every night. Number 5. They may be adapting their routine to yours. Cats are naturally most active around dawn and dusk. Their instincts often prepare them to explore, play, and hunt during the hours when humans are becoming less active. But cats living closely with people do not follow a completely fixed schedule. They learn routines. They notice when food appears. They recognize when lights turn off. They remember when the house becomes quiet. And many cats gradually adjust their periods of activity and rest around the rhythm of the people they live with. That is why your cat may become sleepy when you get into bed, even if they were active only a few minutes earlier. Your evening routine has become a signal. The lights dim. The room becomes quiet. Your breathing slows. Your body stops moving. And when your cat settles directly on top of you, all of those signals become even stronger. They can feel your breathing change. They can sense when your muscles relax. They notice when your body becomes still. These repeated patterns can help cue their own transition into rest. In that sense, your body is not only a sleeping surface, it is part of the routine that tells them the day is ending. And this may be the deepest part of the behavior. Your cat may be adjusting their own rhythm so they can rest when you rest, not because every instinct disappears, not because they have become human, but because life with you has become predictable enough for their body to adapt around it. So when your cat climbs onto your chest and slowly falls asleep, the message is probably not just one thing. They may be looking for warmth. They may be strengthening a familiar shared scent. They may be choosing the most important and predictable place in the room. They may feel safer because your body gives them information about the environment, and they may be settling into a routine that has gradually become connected to yours. But all of those explanations point toward the same deeper truth. Your cat has decided that being physically close to you is compatible with complete vulnerability. They trust your smell. They trust your movements. They trust the rhythm of your body. They trust what usually happens when they fall asleep there. So the next time your cat climbs onto you and becomes heavy, warm, and almost impossible to move, remember what that position requires from them. They are not only resting on you, they are choosing you as the place where they can stop watching the world for a while. And for an animal that carefully decides where it is safe to sleep, that choice says more than affection alone ever could.